Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Nine Sols. This whole episode is going to be fighting this boss, and I may still not have her by the end of it, but yeah, this is it, right? This is the thing at the end of the game. So, I warmed up a little bit here, and I've been trying to like dial in the parry timings, because that's a big part of this fight is just going to be learning to hit these parries correctly, right? So I put in like, I don't know, probably 15-ish attempts already, just off camera. I did not figure I was at any risk of beating her. Although I did get pretty close a couple of times and like dialed it back on purpose. I have made some alterations to our Jades. First of all, I've been using Quick Dose for quite some time, but the fact is, she will let you just take a full, a slow pull of the pipe right in front of her. The healing windows on the fight are frequent and long enough that I don't feel we needed this. I'm still running Revival, which is probably like once I'm a little more comfortable in my parries, we should probably trade this off for something that aids offense. And then the two big Jades I'm running right now are still Keyblade. I'm still enjoying the damage of Keyblade, and holy hell, we are swimming in key charges on this fight. And then I've swapped in this Hedgehog Jade. Precise parries inflict a little bit of internal damage to the enemy. In theory, I should be landing lots of precise parries. This is the goal, right? To get to the point where I'm landing lots of precise parries. So, Hedgehog Jade should be strong. It's already shown itself to be pretty strong on the encounters the attempts rather, when I am getting things more correct. So this is the thing for right now. I don't know. We might change it. Like I said, trade Revival out for something a little more offense focused. But for right now, while I'm still learning, I don't know. Maybe the Revival's not even that big of a deal. It's not like I'm buying off that much run back time here. I appreciate that they did not give you an annoying run back to deal with on this one. So you can see my my parry time is getting a little better. Okay. That attack, I don't know if they mean for it to work the way it works. It's a little silly. As you saw there, it grabbed us while we were fully like a car length behind her or something. I had her dash away from me one time because I passed over her head. I'm jumping and dashing around and stuff, and I like passed over her head as she was teleporting. So she spawned in, did the dash, and went the wrong way. And despite there never being any overlap between my character model and hers, it still grabbed me. So I think there might be a legitimate bug with that one, but we will just deal. I need to Tai Chi kick it more. I'm still skittish because I'm not good at catching the difference between that and the other. The red strike she does. And I'm trying to err on the side of defense a lot here, just because, like I said, I need to learn these parry timings. Okay. Yep, I don't really think that one should have hit me either. It's like if you're fully behind her, the talisman is held in the leading arm. I don't know. I need to get a little bit better at making sure the talisman connects there, because that should be a free talisman attempt. Yeah, see, that kind of stuff is what I'm talking about. Like, you get to hit the full slow version of the pipe all the time. And there's lots of periods where you don't have time for it, but in those periods you also I don't think you usually hit the fast one. Yeah, see, like, this is going pretty well. It's not awesome, and I've made a lot of silly mistakes, but I'm still having a hard time with the low strikes. It feels like the precise parry window on those is extremely small. And I don't think I have ever gotten the second and third ones correct if I don't get the first one correct. But a lot of her stuff is just like it's like a tenth of a second slower than is intuitive to me, and so I need to just like I find myself consistently just needing to wait a little bit more. So like that right there, I should be talismaning past her. She dashes past me, then I talisman past her. I don't have to worry about the slashes behind her, and then I just hit her with the triple slash while that's happening. I might need to talk less. I hate to be like, here's the episode where I'm silent, but there's a pretty significant focus on sound in order to like get the rhythm of the parries right. So I might try just shutting my damn mouth and seeing how that goes. That sucks. That time I got caught, for sure. That, see? I can often slip the triple strike in there and just barely hit the parry on the end. Right after she like dashes past me, and if I start it just a little bit too late, going for the third strike guarantees that I get hit, and you'll notice that I get hit that way a lot. It's okay to be greedy as long as you're fast. Okay, well I would tell you I was in the Tai Chi kick there, fine. That was super weird. I tried to turn around and parry, and I guess I didn't hit the turnaround fast enough, but parrying while facing away from her totally worked. And I got so surprised by the fact that parrying while facing away from her worked that I was caught off guard by the second strike, but that was weird. That shouldn't have... None of that should have gone that way. Oh, shit. I thought I had space. Thought I was far enough away to get away with that. So I'm pretty sure I did on that one, after doing the dash through when she does that big crescent strike, I'm pretty sure I did turn around and parry facing toward her and get hit, even though my parry was good. And I guess it's because if you do that, you have to parry away from her toward the blade, which makes sense. That's the intuitive way to parry that attack, but it's not consistent with the mechanics of almost every other fight in this game. There's that one attack that what's his face with the guitar has that functions that way, and that's the only one. Ow, that was bad. I should have just jumped in place and Tai Chi kicked there, but also I don't think I was in the area where the hitbox for that is just not where it's supposed to be. It's fine. We can learn it, you know, as it is. But what if it was as it should be? Yeah, the third one's tough. Oh, I tapped F there to land the last talisman, but I think if I had just pressed attack, I would have killed her with the first frame of the attack and probably not died myself. But okay, I mean, that was all right. I got sloppy toward the end because I was getting excited about clearing the first health bar. But like, apart from that, I think mechanically there was a lot going on there that was pretty good. Look at that. I missed the first one but got some of the others. Oh, yeah, that's on me. Oops. All right, that's working. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. Why did I press parry instead of pressing talisman? And then I got all fucking Twitter-pated, flabbergasted, whatever you want to call it. I got, like, you make the one mistake and your hands get all weird for a couple of seconds. I lost focus. It's fine. Real soon here, we're going to have the attempt that pushes us into Phase 2. And who knows if Phase 2 will be the last one, but we'll try our best to learn it. I don't know if I needed to smoke after that necessarily. I'm honestly shocked that it didn't grab me. Yeah, that's not good. Okay, Phase 2, first time. Okay, alright. Okay. I'm debating whether I think that we should try to unbounded counter that wave. Yeah, I mean, like, we unbounded counter red arrows and stuff, right? So we send the wave back at her is probably the intended mechanic there. But we can jump over it. It's worth noting. So if I don't think I've got the unbounded counter, like, boots down, at least I have an option. No, that's terrible. You gotta go away from her when she does that. It's really frustrating when I fuck up a parry really badly and I take a bunch of internal damage and then I whiff the next couple parries too, and it's like, I could claw all of this back. I just need to, you know, every time I fail to recover the internal damage, it feels more and more urgent that I do so. The pressure gets higher and higher. Well, oops. Okay. I don't know why I did a standing counter there, like that would have helped. were close, and I was trying not to do the thing where I get over focused on hitting for the last time, and just like be calm, play defensive. Did not help. It did not help on that one. Ah, okay. I guess I jumped over her. Yeah, a lot of real sketchy shit going on this this attempt. I am not doing well. All right, one big problem that I definitely have with this kind of stuff is inconsistency. I can get to a place where I can do it really extremely well some small portion of the time very quickly. Yeah, like my instinct to parry too early. I'm like intentionally moderating it, intentionally trying to tamp it down. But if I tamp it down by like, you know, even a frame too much, we instead just get hit, which is so much worse than an early parry. I don't love the fact that interacting with the plant turns me around. I'm not sure why. Here it is. I thought that was going to be enough. There we go. It's a little embarrassing. Oh, nope, okay, well... Yeah, I mean, the big downside of that is it hits really hard. And if you go for it and whiff, you're going to get hit by all of the waves. The white waves probably are air parryable. So maybe the idea, maybe a safer thing to do would be to just jump over it, bounce, and then dash over the fourth one. Button again. I keep pressing dash so late, or jump so late, and have time to do the other part. Yeah, I should probably smoke. Okay. Try going over. Oh. Must go faster? Okay, you just get rolled, like... It doesn't... I thought I remembered it traveling outward more, but it's just like a slash animation. It's not actually a projectile moving. Boy, I hate the fact that the phase starts with that. Alright, so just be high up. Kind of pressed the wrong button there for no reason, but I got away with it. Oop. What a weird little baby hop I did. That's frustrating. It kind of looks like I jumped into it, but I am fully confident I would have been grabbed if I was just behind her anyway, you know. You know what? You get one of these. That was not one of the times to do that thing. It is a time when I would have gotten away with it if I'd had the quick smoke jade, so I suppose that's a point in that thing's favor. Although honestly, I might have been so freaked out by how close it was that I just would have gotten myself hit anyway. I'm trying not to get impatient when it feels like there's no attack windows, you know? Like, you kind of just have to let these bosses present the openings to you, is the idea. Her going down on one knee because she's stunned that I did a good talisman happens rarely enough that I'm like rarely prepared for it. Okay, here we go. Okay. The direction that she's facing doesn't necessarily tell you what direction the thing will happen in. Okay, and then we're back to... Oh, that's new. This. Okay, so there's some new stuff going on here. Including perhaps a little bit more of a reluctance to allow me to just smoke whenever I fucking feel like it. I gotta say, compared to the animation of a lot of the stuff in this game, I think this game has had pretty excellent animation, especially for its like for its sort of like paper cutout vibe characters. The animation of that big attack she starts phase 2 with is really ugly. It looks bad. Yeah, alright. Once again, I got smacked because I parried toward the enemy like you're supposed to. But so, okay, the second phase, she's got some like rising tiger shit. She's got, it feels like when we saw her doing ground strikes, they felt like they were like the same combos, but maybe with an extra hit added onto them. What a silly way to get hit. Ow, that, I really thought I was safe. Yeah, that was a really messy attempt. Okay. So I think what I might do now that we've seen the break into phase 2 a couple of times, I might turn off the recording for a bit and try to get a bit deeper into phase 2. I don't want to like, I don't want to spend necessarily too much like actual episode time on this. You know, obviously it's like a difficult fight, and the gameplay is learning the fight. And so if you're doing a Let's Play series like showing the fight, I guess the thing is, I don't know. It feels like it might get boring to watch me get beat over and over again. What am I doing? That was one of my windows. I'm just not on top of it. Here we go. This is a good one. Okay, so we can absolutely parry the white ones. Ow, shit. Yeah, I need to learn how to like get my feet. And it does suck a little bit that like the phase opens with a thing that stomps you. And so every attempt into phase 2 is going to be like mostly do phase 1 over again and then get killed right away. Do phase 1 over again and get killed right away. Especially considering how long phase 1 is against her. I would like to object to that. Okay, would you do something I can respond to? Stand in the middle of your own fire. You know what? I'm just gonna die on purpose here. I'm getting frustrated because I don't have offensive openings. Not a good way to start the fight. I do wish that I got a little bit more functionality out of Tai Chi kicking her. You know, like an opportunity for damage or something. Ah, okay. It's not great. Let's just fill up. Let's really try to get this here. Red attack comes down with fire. It's annoying. And she'll just go into this again whenever she feels like it. You gotta watch out whether it's the three or the 4 strike variant. That's familiar. Gotta not get hit by that because I need to be able to do the talisman strike afterward. That's where we're gonna get a lot of our damage. It's just the biggest thing is not getting dazzled by the big weird looking full screen slash attack, basically. How did I jump? Once again, interrupting with the plant turned me around. Really, if you're close enough to the plant to interact with it, you could just keep your feet. Ah, there we go. Nice and clean. I realized it was the wrong one. Too late. Honestly, let's just refill completely. Okay, it's fully on the other side of you. That's fun. I really hate there being more attacks that produce the red fire. Just like an area where if you are in it, you are constantly taking damage. And it's fine. I think in general, if I'm actually dealing with the attacks the way I mean to, I won't be getting hit with the red fire anyway. The red fire is just like extra punishment for failure. I think maybe that's precisely what I don't like about it so much. little dangerous. I feel like that was really clean. Right. Probably what makes the most sense to do, actually, in terms of safety, is to just make it unambiguous which side of her I'm on, because I can tell which side of her I'm on and which side of her she's on, which side of me she is on. But the game seems to sometimes be confused and misread parries or like panic if I'm too close to her. So yeah, maybe I just need to. I wonder if I could talisman her during that. If I'm crossing her anyway, if I did it with a talisman, it would make me unambiguously on the other side. Right, if I hit the talisman and the dash, I mean, the extra distance covered. It's interesting. All right, I am in fact going to pause the recording here. I'm going to put in some more attempts, try to get a little better at phase 2, and then bring y'all back in when I am, because I would like to not spend a whole week of videos learning the fight. Learning the fight, I think. So, I'll see y'all in a second. Okay, welcome back. I wish that I could tell you that I had made a ton of progress here. I've been trying for a while now, and I really haven't. But I am also running out of time that I'm willing to devote to this today, so. Even this part of this attempt isn't going well. Okay, that's a little weird that that worked out that way. Didn't quite clear the same distance I've cleared every other time I've done that, I guess. I wanted to get another decent parry in here before killing her. So you can see I've been trying to get better at dealing with that attack in that way. And it works sometimes, but it is tough to learn the timing, right? Like, the fact that if you want to... Let me try putting it this way. I'm confident that the thing you are supposed to do is to learn to parry the whole string of slashes. To unbounded counter, precise parry, unbounded counter. However, in order to learn the appropriate timing for the unbounded counter, you need to see it a few times, you need to try it a few times, and the string does so much damage that you will die when you fail to land the counters, even from full health. If you get hit by both the red things, it kills you. I appreciate that they do it right at the beginning of the phase, I guess, but that means that in order for you to like see it 4 or 5 times to kind of get the sense of when you're supposed to let go initially, how quickly you need to follow with the 2 counters, the 2 parries afterwards, that you can do the counter for the finisher. That means you need to play all of phase 1, see it and die. Play all of phase 1, see it and die. Play all of phase 1, see it and die. Like, just in order to kind of get the sense of that one attack, you need to spend like 40 minutes. And it's such a player hostile design philosophy. Just like, fuck you and whatever else you had to do today. That I'm honestly kind of like, if there's a phase 3 that has other attacks that have to be learned, like, I'm honestly wondering if I'm up for it, if I care enough about whatever the ending's going to be. Because, like, you know, I do think we get the themes and everything at this point. I think the game's been pretty consistent. It's not going to pull a curveball on us or anything, but I don't know if there's enough fun here for the amount of work they want you to do for it. Fire there. Messy. It's a pretty clean phase 1. I'm gonna grab this right now. Too early. You don't even really get... that's not good. You don't even really get that much damage out of the parrying. I mean, it doesn't actually reflect the wave. I think the only damage I'm getting is because of the Hedgehog Jade. Little too slow to let go of it there. I am learning that when she does the new version of the talisman dash, if you Tai Chi kick off of it, she follows up with that that like rising upper the thing that you can parry or dash out of. Then she does a red strike down and then another red strike right after, and that's a pretty reliable unbounded counter, which actually does stun her long enough for you to run over and attach a talisman and maybe you know, start a combo. So there are moves in phase 2 that I'm learning. You know, I'm getting there. I'm just saying, like, I don't know. I'm just saying there should be checkpoints in the fights. This is a theme on which I have been consistent, and you will not be suddenly surprised by me changing course. Terrible parries here. You don't want to tear it. You got to parry facing away from the direction the boss is facing on that slash through attack, regardless of where you are relative to the boss. And so yeah, you can see the consistency is still an issue. I'm getting to phase 2 pretty cleanly most attempts, but not all attempts. I really thought that was going to be clear. And now I'm all in my head about my timings. This is not a great phase 1. Yeah. And then I don't manage to jump in time. Yeesh. I'm just facing the wrong direction. Why did I hop there? That's the part of the fight that's the same as phase 1. All I needed to do was talisman through, and the hardest part of learning this fight for me, for sure, has been like just planting my feet. I jump so much naturally, and it's terrible to be in the air for most of the things that happen in this fight. Be in the air at very specific times when it is correct to be, and only at those times. What a crummy attempt. So yeah, I feel like I'm making progress, but I'm making progress really slowly. And I'm not necessarily enjoying the grinding out of the phase 2 progress. And I think that problem is, to some extent, here worse than it has been on any other boss, based on the amount of time that it takes to get through phase 1. Although I will say that in this case, a way that it is also somewhat mitigated is that I at least think this phase 1 is a lot more fun to play than a lot of the longer fight phase 1s have been. Ooh, okay, that was a little weird. And so much of these fights relies on, like, the idea of the game and the action systems being very precise things where when you dash, you, like, have a pretty good idea of exactly where you're going to end up, and I just don't know that this game is consistently, like, that the mechanics work consistently enough for it to actually fulfill that promise. I mean, y'all have seen, we get dashes where we end up like 3/4 of the way, and it's just like, oops, why am I behind her instead of in front of her? And you know, there we go. See, this part's the same as phase 1. No, I know that attack. Come on. So it's red, white, white, red, or red, white, white, dash. And in theory, I should get more value out of red, white, white, dash. But the problem is I'm always expecting the second red wave. And so I'm never ready to take advantage of the dash, and I'm not like, I'm not calling the audible inside my head fast enough. Okay, pretty good, pretty good. Weird. Weird outcome. Once again, that's the phase 1 part. I don't jump there. I never jump there during phase 1 when that exact same thing happens, but I don't know why. I don't know what it is about it being phase 2 that causes me to respond to that teleport downstrike with a jump. But it is a thing I'm going to have to drive out of my head, and unfortunately I'm going to have to drive it out of my head via, you know, repetition. And repetition is expensive in terms of time. A little close. I'm pretty annoyed with that. I jumped a little bit too high, and she went under the Tai Chi kick. I did try doing the skull kick rather than the Tai Chi kick, and I think with the damage from the Hedgehog Jade, it's not meaningfully different. Once again, pretty clean, pretty clean. Try to get my flower here. Too early. I did the unbounded counter too early. God, and everything has just like a little bit of fire damage attached to it. Pardon me, my cough sure is lingering, huh? I could be done with that. That would be pretty cool. All right, I'm gonna give this one more attempt for this episode, and then, well, let's give it this attempt. Yeah, at a certain point, I start like losing my hands for the night, and I think there's only so much tensing up that I can do, and especially, you know, I'm pretty old for a gamer at this point. I have to, yeah, that's crummy. This is just like a whole lot of shots that should not have landing because I'm just losing my parry timings, and my fingers feel horrible. So I would guess that I probably spent, over the course of what got into the recording and what didn't, probably a little more than 2.5 hours on that. I have stuff to do. I can't necessarily keep doing that every day. So I'm not sure. I want to finish this. I do want to see the ending, but not so much that I'll subject myself to just anything. There's a limit. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to get this figured out, you know, as best I can in the time I have over the course of the next week or two. And there'll be one more episode containing me doing that, getting to the end, if indeed that happens. And if not, if I decide to give up on it, I'll at least make I'll make a little video letting y'all know that I decided to give up on it. But yeah, the time commitment here necessary to learn, I just don't know. It's a little awkward, especially considering that this is just like a busy period. So come back next time for the end of my involvement with Nine Sols. Hopefully, meaning one thing, but potentially meaning another. And we'll see you then.